Hey, I'm Zara, and today we're going on a little hypothetical adventure. If I magically had $15,000 just lying around, you'd probably never see me again. I'd be jetting off across Europe for Christmas and New Year's faster than you could say bon voyage. Since this hasn't exactly happened, I thought I'd plan the ultimate dream trip anyway. We're talking Christmas markets, snowing cities, stuffing my face with pasta, and basically living out a Hallmark movie fantasy. All on a pretend $15,000 budget. And yes, I fully intend to blow all my fake money on food, museums, and an unreasonable number of postcards that I'll definitely forget to send. So grab a hot chocolate, get cozy, and let's dive in for an extremely detailed but totally made up European adventure. First stop, England.
I'd start where all good London fancies begin, Big Ben in the snow. The kind of iconic moment you only see on postcards, except this one is going to be mine. A slow stroll through St James Park to see the London Eye peeking through the trees, like a teaser of what's yet to come. Even the traffic lights look cute when there's snow falling and a red bus in the frame. I'd brave the Oxford Street chaos just to walk under these lights with a hot chocolate in hand. Overpriced snacks, screaming kids, flashing lights. Sounds like a chaotic dream. Winter Wonderland is tacky, loud, and completely necessary. Catch me pretending I live here while I hop on a random bus that's heading to nowhere. Somewhere between dreaming and reflecting, there's always a river and lights like these. Late nights, no tourists, no noise, just me, the snow, and thoughts too big for my suitcase. It's giving villain origin story, or maybe just quiet poetry. Yes, I'll visit Big Ben twice, once for the photos and one time to remind myself that this is real. And before I go, one last walk through the kind of scene that you only get if you're lucky enough to be here when it snows. After the chaos of London, I'll drive up to Caerphilly, where time slows down and even the trees seem to exhale. I'd stay in a little place like this, a sleepy village, a kettle always boiling and zero expectations. There's a kind of peace here that you just don't find in the big cities. And the kind of stillness that only comes when it snows so quietly you can hear your own thoughts again. I don't need an itinerary here, just snowflakes, silence, and maybe a book that I won't actually read. Just a short day trip away, Cardiff offers totally a different vibe, bigger, louder, and buzzing with Christmas spirit. I'll wander the snowy streets of the city centre with no real plan, just follow the lights, the music, and the smell of cinnamon. Cardiff Winter Wonderland. Games, lights, oversized prices, pure childhood joy no matter what your age. I could walk through here for hours, soaking in all its Christmas beauty. Walk into Dublin, stepping straight into a real-life snow globe, cobblestone lanes, twinkling lights, and a whole lot of Christmas charm. If you dare to brave the icy slush, the Temple Bar is a place you certainly can't skip out on. Love it or hate it, Temple Bar is iconic. Overpriced? Definitely. Christmassy? Extremely. Worth it? Only if you're prepared to embrace the chaos. Grafton Street, a place to soak up all the Christmas sparkle. All the Christmas lights really give an extra something to the Irish charm. Golden hour, the kind that stops you in your tracks and reminds you, yep, this is real life. Morning walks over Halfpenny Bridge feels cinematic. Rain or shine, or snow, I'd walk this every day if I could. A quiet little park that's been turned into a blank canvas of snow, the kind of place you'd just breathe in deep and go still for a sec. 3 trees, 1 vibe, all I need for a mini moment of peace before diving back into the city life. Absolutely no words needed. Jameson's Distillery, Irish whiskey history, barrels on barrels, and a cozy centre oak. I don't even really like whiskey, or coffee, but this Irish coffee looks like a hug in a glass. Obviously have to follow this sign, because you can't go to Dublin and skip out on the Guinness tour. The Heart, just simply iconic. One day I'll be standing right here, outside this legendary Guinness gate, just soaking in the history and most likely the rain too. If I ever wake up in Edinburgh with snow on the rooftops and a view like this in front of me, don't pitch me, I'm not ready to leave the dream. Imagine wandering the streets and every corner feels like the opening shot of a Christmas movie. I think my camera would just freeze before I even have a chance to put it down. The kind of snow that just makes everything feel quiet, slows you down, reminds you that you're not in a rush, you're just here, existing, and that's enough. And obviously, no Scottish fairy tale is complete without meeting the real life teddy bears. If I don't come home with at least 10 photos and one emotional attachment to a Highland cow, did I even go to Scotland? I'd lose hours just exploring, ducking into cozy shops, warming up, pretending I'm a local. That kind of aimless wandering that somehow makes you feel more grounded. And then maybe I'd end the day by the waterfront in Leith, that kind of stillness that wraps around you like a scarf, a quiet little exhale at the end of the day. And just like that, the Europe road trip begins. From Paris, I'll wind through frozen forests and sleepy hilltop towns, just me, the road, and the front row seat to the French countryside. I picture myself wandering through Nuremberg's markets just as it opens, quiet, crisp, and twinkling with charm before the crowds roll in. And by night, it turns into magic. Lights dripping from the rooftops, the air full of cinnamon, laughter, and an unmistakable festive glow. There's something storybook about these buildings, like you've stepped straight into a fairy tale. I want to stand right here, bundled up beneath this glowing tree, pretending I'm in a Hallmark movie. This clock is more than time, it's tradition. I imagine pausing here just to soak in how old and sacred it feels. If I make it up high, I'll watch the city stretch out before me, rooftops huddled together like warm memories. It gets busy, of course, but I'm dreaming of joining that buzz, shoulder to shoulder with strangers, but somehow feeling right at home. I definitely spend way too long choosing ornaments, each one's telling its own story. This street, it's the kind I want to get lost on. No destination, just vibes with pastel and terracotta coloured buildings guiding the way. I'm definitely not skipping this part, getting a warm mug of Glühwein just to hold it between my frozen hands. Early evening, the market slows, light hums softly, and suddenly everything feels still and peaceful again. And this, the sign that says you've arrived, Nuremberg's Christkindlmarkt, the dream starts right here. Munich would greet me with rows of festive stalls and the buzz of Wintersauber, bright lights, cold hands, and warm air. The Reisenden's courtyard would be overflowing with music, lights, and that perfect kind of Christmas chaos. I'd walk into Marienplatz and probably freeze, not from the cold air, but from how surreal the skyline feels. There'd be gingerbread hearts everywhere, and I'd absolutely just buy one just to pretend that someone gave it to me. From above, Munich's rooftops would be glowing. I imagine it'd feel like the whole city was quietly humming Christmas songs. I'd wander slowly, soaking in each moment like I've got nowhere else to be but here. By night, the city would feel bigger, brighter. I'd stand still in the centre and just take it all in. Even the side streets would be dressed for the season. I'd stumble across this and smile like it was meant just for me. A quick pit stop in Bregenz, Austria, just long enough to refuel, grab some lunch, and pretend I'm not extremely sleep deprived from all the country hopping. By the late afternoon, I'll roll into Zurich and instantly feel like I've stepped into a snow globe. I'll catch golden hour from the city rooftops because obviously my timing will be cinematic like that. And even if the clouds roll in, I'll just say it adds to the European melancholy chic. This 100% will be the moment I decide that I can live here. I'll wander past the churches like a character in a Christmas rom-com. Somewhere between the clocks, the cobblestone and the chocolate, Zurich will for sure still in peace my heart. And finally, I'll wake up to this. quiet, misty, and kind of perfect for the next leg of the adventure. Somewhere between Zurich and Venice, I'll be crossing the Swiss Alps, probably trying to not cry over how beautiful everything is, while also wondering why bus seats were not built for naps. I'll arrive to a blanket of fog and a canal that feels straight out of a dream sequence. From the station, I'll hop into a water taxi like a local, or at least pretend I know what I'm doing. Every turn will reveal some new picture-perfect scene I'll stop to photograph, obviously. And yes, I will lose hours wandering through these alleyways that feels like time forgot them. This spot? This is where I'll pause to romanticize absolutely everything, probably while snacking. A foggy morning here will feel like I've been dropped into a Renaissance painting. And then suddenly, Venice is full of colour, boats zipping past like it's completely normal. I'll definitely convince myself that I need a hot chocolate and a gondola ride, and probably both at once. Every reflection in Venice deserves a 5-second stare, minimum. And of course at some point I'll accidentally buy something fragile and completely unshippable. This will be my big tourist moment. It's giving main character in historical drama energy. And this will be the golden hour moment I'll replay in my mind every time I hear a violin. Evenings in Venice will be a peaceful chaos. Boats passing, bells ringing, water whispering. And by now I would have forgotten what roads are. Just give me a boat and a map. The quietest corners will hit the hardest, that kind of silence that you feel in your chest. I'll find myself here on a foggy walk, wondering how this place still doesn't feel real. And when I leave, it'll be on water, of course. That's how all the great love stories end here. Golden hour in Paris, and the Eiffel Tower starts to sparkle like she knows she's being watched. Fresh snow covering the city, turning Paris into a postcard. Quiet, calm, and cold in the best way possible. The sun rises over the scene and Paris slowly wakes up, still draped in a winter's hush. She doesn't need a spotlight, but Paris gives her one anyway. Revolution lives in the heart of the city, standing proud even as the seasons change. There's just something about seeing her glow from the streets. It just hits different. Even the benches get a touch of magic in Paris. And down a quiet street, the iconic shimmer reminds you that you're not dreaming. This might have to be the prettiest way to end off the year. Some Paris views are simple, but they just stay with you. Snow in Paris? Rare. Snow on the Arc? Iconic. It's almost like the trees are in awe too. A quiet winter moment, just me, the snow, and the Iron Lady. Paris in snow feels straight out of a movie. I'll be cranking my neck so hard to see the ceilings that I might just leave with a permanent neck cramp and a new religion. I'm gonna walk into the Colosseum like it's my Roman Empire villain origin story, snow boots and all. At this exact spot, I'll romanticize my life so hard that I'll consider writing poetry as a career change. And of course, I'll dramatically narrate ancient history here while slipping on the cobblestone. This view will make me gasp out loud and then immediately pull up my phone because priorities. I'll be channeling full dramatic main character energy crossing this bridge, maybe even throw in a fake betrayal scene. I'll watch the sunset here, silently judging the people around me who got to watch this view in cute outfits while I'm showing up in my thermals. I'll time it perfectly so I get here right before golden hour, hoping that the light will make me look like a Roman goddess. I'll sneak up here for a peaceful moment, then ruin it by filming about 10 TikToks pretending I live in Rome. I'll probably slip at least once walking over this path, but it'll totally be worth it for the view. I'll find this angle and whisper, "Peekaboo Pope," because I clearly can't behave in holy spaces. I'll romanticise this bridge like I'm in the middle of an indie movie despite being hopelessly lost, and soaking up the last of the memories of this amazing trip. Alright, total costs, here we go. This dream trip, not cheap, but absolutely worth it. Flights, $3,000, because apparently teleportation isn't still a thing. Accommodation for 27 nights, just over $4,000, because your girl needs to sleep comfortably. Transport, that's like trains, cars, Ubers, all the chaos, came to about $1,200. Food and treats, $1,500, because you know I'm eating well. Experiences, also about $1,500, because I'm doing as many touristy things as I possibly can. Shopping, like for outfits, souvenirs, cute little impulse buys, about $1,200. Hot chocolate and cozy cafe stops, $300 because priorities. And just in case, $250 for random surprises, because gotta stay spontaneous. Which brings the grand total to a drumroll please, $13,000. And that leaves me with about $2,000 spare for pure unplanned chaos.
So how do you think I did? And more importantly, what would you do with $15,000 in a dream? Let me know below. If you enjoyed this little daydream, please make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around. A new upload every Sunday. Cue the chaos.
Alright, next week I'm taking things to the kitchen. I'll be attempting to cook Nigerian jollof rice for the first time. Am I terrified? Yes. Am I going to nail it? Probably not. But I'm going to give it my all and it's going to be spicy.